Hi, it's Reni. Like I promised yesterday, I will talk about dental hygiene. And first of all, like with anything else, we need to understand what is the goal of dental hygiene. Of course, it's to keep our teeth healthy, to remove the residue without hurting the enamel, to remove the harmful bacteria without removing healthy bacteria, and to provide minerals for our teeth, and at the same time avoiding toxic chemicals. And it's also important to keep pH of our mouth slightly alkaline, so it's easier for our teeth to remineralize. So how do we do all that? One of the most important things is to floss. It will be perfect to floss after every meal if you have some big issues going on, to make sure to remove all the opportunity for bad bacteria to eat on the food residues and proliferate. But even if you just want to preserve your healthy teeth, then it's essential to floss at least in the evening before you go to bed. I like to use thick Dr. Sang's floss. He has a vegan floss with charcoal. It's the best because it's thick, and when you start flossing it turns into like wider thing that helps you to clean in between your teeth really well, and it's also very soft, so it doesn't hurt your gums. So I feel that it's the best floss. It's also very important to use your fingers instead of the little tool, because when you use this tool then it's too easy to hurt your gums, and it's also not so efficient in removing. When you're using your fingers, it might be not so nice at first, but when you get used to it, you will understand that you have much more control over the floss, and you can clean your teeth much more efficiently this way. Another very useful tool is water pick, or they call it hydro floss, especially if you have braces or any crowns or any dental work like this, or pockets for removing food residues from pockets if you have, or hard to get places. And it's also very easy to floss after every meal with your water pick. It's just real fast, and it just shoots out all the debris out of in between your teeth. It's also very useful to use mouthwash. And you can use any natural mouthwash. We like Dr. Schultz's, but what I do is I let a little bit of alcohol that is present in there to evaporate, because I don't really like to put alcohol in my mouth. But if you can use some alcohol-free mouthwash, which is completely natural with no unnatural ingredients, then that would be great. Also, despite Dr. Schultz's mouthwash having alcohol in there, I feel that it's one of the best on the market, because it has powerful herbs in there like cayenne, and people getting tremendous results from using this mouthwash. So I feel that it's still worth it to use it. And if you're worried about alcohol, you can just put some in some little cup and let the alcohol evaporate, and then use it that way. And of course, it's important to choose a good toothbrush. It's very important for toothbrush bristles to be really soft, because otherwise we're just scraping off enamel. And you can use electric toothbrush once in a while. I feel that it's not good to use it every day because it's a little bit too harsh, but you can just experiment yourself and see what works for you. There are also natural sticks available that you can like chew on, and you can brush your teeth with these thick sticks that are also great. But we just need to remember that the main goal is to get the residue off our teeth so they're nice and smooth, and they're clean. However you do that, however you prefer to do that, it's your choice. And one of the most important things is, of course, choosing the right toothpaste, because there are so many toxic substances in toothpaste these days. So you need to be really careful and choose very natural toothpaste or make your own. And there are all these beautiful ingredients that you can use, and one of the most important ingredients in any natural toothpaste is essential oil. Because essential oils have very powerful antibacterial properties, and at the same time they're not harming the good bacteria. The most powerful essential oils for teeth that I know of is neem, tea tree oil, peppermint, and clove oil. But you can also use oregano oil, which is really great, and many other oils. Almost any kind of essential oil that is okay to have in your mouth, you can use in your toothpaste. Other great ingredients to use in your toothpaste is coconut oil. It can be like a base of your toothpaste, or you can use clay, which I like a lot, and also charcoal, soda, sea salt. You just need to make sure that you dissolve them really well so they don't start scraping your teeth. I would only recommend to brush with soda maybe once or twice per week, because it might be a little bit harsh on your teeth. Also, you can use peroxide for whitening or for removing bad bacteria, but also not to use it too often because it's quite harsh for our mouth. Other great ingredients are aloe vera, which is really healing and also antibacterial. Also, colloidal silver is a great ingredient, powerful antibacterial. And you can also use a mix of Ayurvedic herbs that are specially chosen for teeth. And this is a really great way to keep your teeth clean with no toxic substances. Besides brushing our teeth with natural toothpaste, it's also a good idea to swish our mouth with different oils like coconut oil or sesame oil. Or some people prefer to use wheatgrass powder, or you can use other grass powders to swish because they also have antibacterial properties. And oils are even helping to pull out toxins out of our mouth. So it's very important to spit out the oil and never to swallow. It's also important not to swallow charcoal because it might irritate our intestines. When you spit out your oil, just make sure not to spit it in a sink or in a toilet because it can clog up the system. And it's important to brush and floss our teeth in the morning and in the evening, but it's also very important to take care of our teeth throughout the day. Every time we eat, it's a good idea to swish really well with water, or maybe use your water pick. And especially it's important to swish after eating acidic fruit, because the acid in the fruit just starts eating up on your enamel, especially if you don't have enough minerals in your body to remineralize your teeth properly. It can really affect your teeth in a bad way. Of course, some people might say that they're eating on a lot of acidic fruit and nothing is happening, but maybe their body has more minerals to fight off this effect. But if you didn't figure out yet how to have enough minerals in your body, then it's a good idea to minimize the time when your teeth are exposed to acidic fruit, and also swish with water after you eat maybe oranges or any citrus or kiwis or whatever it is. Another food that can hurt you a lot, especially on a raw vegan diet, is dried fruit, especially sticky dried fruit. That's why I always recommend to soak your dried fruit and to clean your teeth right after your meal, and not to eat dried fruit for hours and hours the whole day, like grazing on it. It can be really detrimental for your teeth if your teeth are not so strong. And with any other food, it's important to give your teeth a break, and after a meal to floss, to swish your teeth with water, or maybe use your water pick. But it's extremely important not to brush your teeth right after a meal, because after a meal your enamel is a little softer and it needs some time to harden back again. And if you brush right away, then you just don't let it harden and you just brush it off. It is a very common issue, and a lot of people just start losing the enamel because of this bad habit. And the last but not least, is important to finish your last meal early enough, a couple of hours before bed, because if we go to bed with full tummy, then food might not digest properly, or it starts moving up to our mouth, or maybe some acid from the food start moving up to our mouth and hurting our teeth and eating up on enamel. And it's also a good idea to sleep on your left side to avoid the stomach contents or stomach acids from moving up into our mouth. Because when we're sleeping on our right side and our stomach is on the left, some liquid from stomach can flow up into our mouth. And also, when you go to bed with a stomach free from food, you sleep so much better and your whole health will benefit from it. And overall good health helps our teeth to stay stronger and healthier for years ahead. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.